In this video, I'm going to share with you why I buy my sales team and their significant other a steak every single week and the direct correlation it has on my business having record back-to-back months. If you're new to this channel, my name is Justin Saunders and I run a company called Authority Income Accelerator, where we simply help business owners, mostly consultants and coaches, turn their Instagram into a client acquisition funnel and then scale from there using paid media. The entire purpose of this video is to give you some ideas on ways that you can motivate your sales team and some things that I have found along the way of running a couple different companies myself and the things that really get people to get the results you want. Because if you are running a sales team and you're not seeing consistent sales, there's a lot of issues that go into play. But in this video, I hope to share some of my experience of being in business for almost 7 years now, and some of the things that I found to really motivate your team to get what you want so that everybody has a win-win mentality. First things first, I want to talk about the importance of sales motivation. If you are running a team and you're just telling your sales team to go out there and close some deals every single week, when they first get started, yes, that's going to work. But when things get repetitive and they do the same thing over and over and over again, they are going to lack motivation. And think about it from a sales side. And if you are a business owner, you've probably been in their shoes where it's you look at your calendar and you have just sales call, sales call, sales call, sales call, sales call. Sometimes it gets a little overwhelming and you don't go in with the best spirits. What I have found is when you can actually encourage your team to get what you want done by making it a win-win, things really explode. So we started experimenting with this literally about 2 months ago, and we have seen back-to-back record months from my sales team because of simply incentivizing them that if they get X amount of cash collected or X amount of deals closed, that we will actually buy them and their significant other a steak dinner. Again, this only will work if your team actually enjoys steak. If they don't like steak, maybe get them a fish dinner. Whatever it is, you got to find out what they actually like and what motivates them, because motivation is key when it comes to getting what you want. And it really all comes down to incentivizing the right type of thing. So for example, if you incentivize someone to just get a bunch of booked appointments, they are going to just go out there and get a bunch of booked appointments, right? Whereas if you incentivize someone to get a bunch of quality booked appointments, they're going to go out there and get a bunch of quality. So the biggest mistake I see a lot of people make when it comes to incentivizing anyone on their team is not being specific enough on what they want. For example, if you incentivize your sales team to just go close a bunch of deals, well, they might go close all those deals for like the lowest payment plan option that you have. Whereas if you reverse it and say, hey, I want to motivate you guys on getting $50,000 cash collected this week, then I'll get you XYZ. That is a completely different thing, and you'll actually be able to keep track of that and make sure that they are motivated so that you both get what you want. And the next thing that this goes into is really team bonding and the benefits of actually building a team and culture. What I've noticed is when your sales team is having a lot more fun, business is a lot more fun because you're making more money, you're impacting more lives, and we spend all this time building our business, so we might as well have fun with it. So when you incentivize things like steak dinners or maybe a vacation, a travel, whatever it is, it's something that's going to get the team fired up and more motivated, but also building that culture and having someone else on top of the other person, meaning that they're keeping track of them. If one person's falling shorter than the other one's calling them out. And I see that a lot inside my company, whereas maybe there's a day where things are slower, one person's calling out the other person's calling out the other if results aren't happening. So it's really building team culture, and that's something that is huge if you want to grow a successful company. Now, the other benefits of team bonding, if you are local, my company is not local. We are all throughout the country, actually throughout the world at this point. So we do not have in-person team steak dinners, but whenever we're traveling and we're with somebody, like recently I was with one of my guys that manages my Instagram, we had a steak dinner together, and it's one of those things where you build culture. So if you have a team that is local, I would highly suggest you do this at least once a week. Just get everybody together, get them talking, get them laughing, having a good time. And the best way is to reward them and have a good time with it. So it's something where if they perform on their KPIs, you reward them with a steak dinner or whatever it is that they want to be rewarded with. I know what you're saying. Some of you guys might be like, well, a steak dinner every single time adds up. I mean, if you do a steak dinner, it's about $300 to $400 total for a significant other and themselves. And if you're doing that for your whole team, that really adds up. But you also have to really focus on the ROI. For us, one deal closed easily covers that and still gets profit in the business. So I'm perfectly fine with doing that. If it's not a steak dinner for you, figure out something that makes a little bit better sense with your margin. But But the thing with this is you need to have the margin to make this work. And when you have the right margin, the ROI can be incredible, because if I incentivize my team to get an extra 2 to 3 deals every single week just from giving them a steak dinner that costs the company, couple $100 to $1,000 or so, it is worth it because of the lifetime value that we have on our customers. And not to mention, I've been doing this case study myself, and literally just within the past 2 months, we have doubled our original monthly income, and it is continuing to skyrocket from there. So we have direct data that this has proven to work inside our company. We actually have less employees and they're getting better results. So it all comes down to, when growing a company, is if you can have the right type of team members in there with the right culture and the right motivations, the sky is the limit. So wrapping all of this up, if you want to hit new levels inside your business, it comes down to the simpler things in life. And sometimes that's as simple as just buying someone a steak dinner. Now, one of the things that we're going to be looking forward to and motivating our clients with is rewards like a Rolex watch or an all-inclusive travel somewhere, like bigger rewards towards the end of the year, which we'll talk more about that in a future video. But in conclusion with all this, you get what you reward. If you are going to reward someone to get better results, they're going to go out there and they're going to work harder. If you're going to reward someone for something shitty, they're going to get shitty results. So at the end of the day, it is what you put out there. Meaning, if you want people to get what you want, make sure it's very clear on what they need to do, and make it almost impossible for them not to do it. So I would encourage you guys all to go out there and talk to your team about rewarding them with a steak dinner. Look at your KPIs, see what is reasonable, and see what makes sense so that you can go out there, scale your company, and your team eats right.